Good morning. My name is Eva Starr, and I'm going to talk to you very briefly today about a blog that I'm in the process of writing and sending out very soon. And it's about getting back on the horse. And as we all know, there are times in our lives where we struggle, there's challenges, we feel like we failed, and some of us give up right there, and some of us get back on the horse. So I'm going to give you a few tips about how you can get back on the horse. I've actually had some experiences, well, my entire life, but just this past couple days about where I'm like, oh my God, like I've gone too far past the point of no return. I was doing so well on my diet, and then I slipped a couple days, and then this and business and whatever. Okay, it's time to just say stop, get back on the horse. So the truth is that failure is never the end of the road. It's simply an indicator that there's parts of ourselves and what's going on in our lives that we just need like a little bit of a revamp, or we need to change. And they did this study, I don't know how many years or centuries ago, with these monkeys, and they showed them these pictures, and when the monkeys looked in a certain direction of where they were supposed to look with the image, then they were rewarded with like a drop of juice. And those who didn't look the way they were supposed to, they got nothing. But then they found out that the brain activity in the monkeys, it increased when they had this new information and they knew what to do next. And the ones that failed, nothing happened. Like Zippo. They're not motivated, like it's just done. Just and so that's why when we make these little bumps in the roads or when we fail, nothing happens if we don't learn from the mistakes. So I'm going to give you a few quick tips here. So acknowledge that you made a glitch in the road. Don't take it personally. Take notes. This one I think is key. Learn from the opportunity. So, like for example, if you did something like, let's say I fell off my diet or whatever, if I journal, okay, well, what made me fall off? What was the indicator? What happened? And now that I know that, and then what can I do to prevent that? Maybe don't keep such and such in the house or whatever. Taking notes and learning from the opportunity is huge. And then identify, which is something about the I just talked about. It's like a roadmap. So then you create a new roadmap for success. A good example was the first time I traveled across the country to San Diego. It took me 2 weeks. It was a disaster just about every part of the trip. Well, 10 years later, I moved back across the country. I learned a lot from that first trip. Didn't make any of those same mistakes the second time. Much easier trip, much more pleasant, much more affordable. Everything was just better all the way around. Recognize your own failure. In other words, get out of the victim neighborhood. You're responsible for no matter what goes on in your life. It's not the president, it's not the government. It's the same kind of thing, I suppose. It's not your mother, it's not your husband or your spouse, or it's you. Okay? Take responsibility. Once you take responsibility, then now you're able to change the problem. Because if you keep blaming everybody else and his brother and uncle and cousin and second removed cousin, you're never going to solve the problem because you think it's everybody else's fault. It's not. It's your fault. Okay, and then remind yourself of past challenges. I do this quite a bit, and think how you succeeded. I tell myself, "Oh my God, you made it through culinary school. You were older than all the teachers put together and all the students. Everybody was the average age of 19. You were 55." And other things in my life that I've done. So just get back on the damn horse. So take those tips. This is Eva Star saying, "What? I love you. I don't have my magic wand. I don't know. It's somewhere in the house. I'll find it. But mwah, this is Eva Star saying, I love you. Get back on the damn horse."